The Para Cave podcast, proudly brought to you by major sponsor Para Leagues, platinum sponsor Baytech Recruitment, The Corner Post, Wick Coffee, Ashore Strata Reports, Spot On Hose and Fittings, Wine Barrel Event Hire Sydney, Rubbish Removal Kings, and Flash Conveyancing.
Baytech Recruitment. Woo! Baytech Recruitment. Where we're gonna find you the perfect match. All the tradies you can think of in any industry. Look out for a wrapped up Mitsubishi. Fridgies, Sparkies, Bombers Plus. Whatever the trade, just give us a buzz. Baytech Recruitment.
Give us a buzz now.
So give Chris a buzz on 0414 922 272 today.
Let's go! Welcome back to another show. Hi, how are ya? It's a Para Cave podcast coming at ya. Turn it up, feel the vibe, blue and gold, step inside the cave. Yeah. Easy try in the corner. Here's your host, Troy Water, coming to you live from the world famous Para Cave.
Well, here we go again. It is a decider. State versus state. Mate versus mate. State of Origin. Game number 3. New South Wales versus Queensland. Suncorp Stadium. This is the Para Cave podcast. Welcome to a game preview of State of Origin. Game number 3. And it is the Maroons who go into the game as favourites for game number 3. And look, that is probably rightfully so, although they would probably disagree because they always think that they go in as outsiders and New South Wales are always the favourites in these games. But I think that is rightfully so that they are favourites. There will be 52,500 screaming Queenslanders there. Oh, look, there will be some New South Wales fans there, obviously, because, you know, it's not just going to be all Queenslanders. But majority will be, probably 50,000 will be Queenslanders, probably 2,500 New South Wales supporters. Blatchies Blues will be there in some capacity, no doubt. And in Suncorp, you'll be able to see them in their sky blue. It won't just be Maroons fans there, but look, they do go into the game as favourites. And look, one thing I am really sort of, I guess you could say, disappointed about, and I guess Retro Rugby League, he brought it to my attention and everyone else's attention a few weeks ago. I think it was just before game 2, about the hatred between these two sides. And I don't know, is there so much hatred between these two sides like we have seen in the old days? I'm very disappointed when you hear interviews and things like that between players, both New South Wales and Queensland. Like, they don't say, look, I'm really going to go out and get him, I'm going to smash him and all this sort of thing. It's like, oh yeah, they've got a very good team and they've got good players here and there, and you know, talk it up. Who are you going to smash in the opposition? Who are you going to target? I mean, I'm just not hearing any of that, and I'm really disappointed about that, because these are the fiercest rivals in rugby league in Australia, and there isn't so much of a build-up between these two sides in terms of, like, you know, oh, I'm going to bash you, you know, oh, Queenslanders, they got nothing. Oh, the New South Wales Blues, look, they aren't welcome in Queensland, all that sort of jazz, you know, what we've heard before. Oh, the cockroaches, I squash cockroaches, that sort of stuff, you know. You know, get under each other's skin in the media. New South Wales and Queensland players. Even the coaches. We saw a couple of years ago, Madge Maguire. I think he did the right thing by getting under the skin of Billy Slater and sort of disrupted him a little bit. And New South Wales went on to win that series. And look, I think maybe even the coaches could even do something like that as well. Obviously they do have respect for each other, but it's Origin. Get into each other. You might have respect for the opposition coach, but, have some mind games. Do something about it. And, maybe just put them off their game, off their coaching of their teams. You just don't know what could happen. Look, this is probably what will be Laurie Daley's last game as coach of the New South Wales Blues. I don't think he will be there next year. There has been a bit of talk about that. Look, Laurie has been a champion player for New South Wales. He has won a series for New South Wales. He did break that Queensland streak in the mid-2000s, in 2014. Hasn't had much success in the Origin arena as coach. And look, he was coaching up against that great Queensland side of that era that did win 8 in a row. He did break that drought, but it was very tough coaching against them. Has some of his selections this series been the right ones? Look, probably not. A lot of fans have disagreed with that one. Have some of his bench rotations been used properly? Bench players? Probably not. Api Coruscant didn't even get on the field in game number 2 when it probably looked like he could have got on the field and, maybe have done something. But, look, this will be his last game. Billy Slater, look, will this be his last game as Queensland coach? Who knows? Look, there was always talk about the Melbourne Storm head coaching job with Craig Bellamy down there. It was earlier this year that it was brought to everyone's attention about Craig's unfortunate health issues. He may be around next year coaching the Melbourne Storm, but you just don't know. Is Billy Slater hanging out for that job? Who knows? He might just have a handshake deal with the QRL about coaching. Look, I think maybe he will coach next year, Queensland Origin, but it'll be interesting to see who coaches New South Wales. But look, getting into this game, it is on Wednesday night, so at the time of recording, it's only 2 days away, and look, it will sneak up upon you, I think. But I think, these two sides, look, Queensland, they have pretty much named the same side that won down in Melbourne. A couple of new faces on the interchange bench. I think Jeremiah Nanai comes into the side. Also, Pat Carrigan is back as well on the interchange bench. I think he was on the bench for game number 2. But Corey Horsburgh, he's been named as player number 20 in the 20-man squad. So he is obviously a Queenslander. Has played Origin before, but I don't know if he will. He obviously might not get a start in this game. But Lindsay Collins, who's been a great servant for Queensland, he is out of this game, unfortunately. So a pretty settled Queensland squad. Now, if we go to the New South Wales team, and they've got a few more changes than the Queenslanders. So Jack Bostock, congratulations to him. He will make his Origin debut on the wing, and look, he has been playing some great footy in the centres for the Dolphins. Coming back from injury and ACL, Tony Staggs is dropped out of this side. Basically, the outs, are Api Coruscant, Brian To'o, Dylan Lucas, and Katoni Staggs. A lot of talk was about the Brian To'o situation and him being dropped. One of New South Wales' great servants. So I think there was a lot of talk about that. The good thing about Brian is he did wish Jack Bostock all the best in his debut the other night when being interviewed. I don't know whether it was Channel 9 or Fox after the Penrith South Sydney game. So that is all class from Brian Toto. I think he will go pretty good. He's a good player. Api Coruscant, Brian Toto, Dylan Lucas and Katoni Staggs are the outs. Blake Brayley comes back into this New South Wales squad. I think he'll get a little bit of game time coming back from a broken arm. 3 weeks after a broken arm. That is a magnificent result for Blake Brayley in New South Wales and obviously Cronulla as well, his club team. But he played pretty good in that game number 1 at Suncorp Stadium. Certainly made a little bit of a difference in that second half for New South Wales. So I think he will get a little bit of game time. Bradman Best comes into the centres for Katoni Staggs. Now, Bradman has won a Origin Series in 2024, the last time New South Wales won a decider up at Lang Park, or Suncorp Stadium as it's known now. So he comes in for Katoni Staggs. Hamoli Olakawatu, he comes back into this side as well on the interchange bench after missing game number 2. Liam Martin, he comes back into the starting second rower position. Now, look, he's only a couple of games back from injury for Penrith. Probably has had an injury-riddled season this year, but I do like this selection because he will get in the face of Cameron Munster all night. He will be targeting him. He will be all over him like calamine lotion. Don't worry about that one. We have seen it before in Origin. He's had a few dust-ups with Cameron, so hopefully he can get under his skin on Wednesday night. I think that's what he will do. It is good to see him back. Stephen Crichton also returns from injury. He missed game number 2, so they're the ins for New South Wales. Mitchell Moses and Nathan Cleary are the halves combination. Now, a lot of talk about those two being the same sort of player, same sort of dominant players. Well, look, let's hope that isn't the case in this game. Mitchell Moses has won a decider up in Queensland in 2024. Nathan Cleary still hasn't won a decider for New South Wales, so the big test will be for Nathan. Mitchell Moses, he did score a try on that night as well. A great little solo effort. I think it was about 10-15 metres out, had to step through a few players and scored a great try on that occasion. So I think he will know the situation. He will know what New South Wales need to do to win this game. He's been there. He's done that before. Whether he can do it with Nathan Cleary as halfback. Look, Nathan is a fantastic player, but look, in my opinion, he hasn't done it in Origin yet. He hasn't dominated Origin. This is a massive opportunity for Nathan Cleary. If he can win this game for New South Wales, that will be one of the only other thing that he hasn't done in the game is win a Dally M medal. He's won everything else. He's won 4 premierships. He's won Clive Churchill medals. He's played for Australia. He's played for New South Wales. He has won Origin Series before for New South Wales, but hasn't won a decider. So if he can go up to Queensland and win this game at Suncorp Stadium, game number 3, that will be very good for him and obviously New South Wales as well. But I think people will stop talking about his Origin record in Queensland, especially, and in the decider, and his Origin career if he does go out to put on a man-of-the-match performance in this game. Mark Nawanganitawase, he's going to rugby next year. He gets another crack on the wing played pretty good in game number 2, scored 2 tries. James Tedesco holds his spot. Payne Haas playing on his home ground in Queensland. Reece Robson, a lot of people thought maybe Api Coruscant would have got picked and Blake Brayley, but Reece holds his spot. The bench is very interesting. Cameron Murray, Adam Fanua-Blake, Hamoli Olakau'atu, Blake Brayley, Ethan Strange, Tolu Kula. Now, those last 2 players there, Ethan Strange, he has been under an injury cloud leading into this game. He has been declared fit to play if needed. A bit of talk going around that Ethan and Tolu Kula won't play in this game. They will only be called upon if there is a certain injury to players. Also, Cameron Murray as well. There has been a bit of talk that he should start the game in place of Isaiah Yeo, the captain. So it just gets that fast play of the ball, and there has been a lot of talk about him starting the game. So perhaps we may see a game a day change to this starting lineup. I'm sure Isaiah won't mind. I'm sure he will do whatever it takes to win a game for the team, do whatever he needs to do for the team to win the game. So if that's the fact, well then Cameron Murray will start the game. Adam Fanua-Blake only got 9 minutes in game number 2 down at the MCG. He will, look, you'd probably want to put him on for about 20 minutes, just go full ball and just do whatever you can do in that 20-minute spell. Maybe just before half-time, maybe just after half-time, maybe in that little period there. But just put him on and just really, really go for it. Give 20 of your best. Just burn yourself out in that 20 minutes, I reckon. But Hamoli Olakau'atu, well, he's been one of the best club players, club second rowers in the competition so far this year. I think he will get a lot more game time as well. I think started game number 1, missed game number 2, wasn't selected for game number 2, and also so he's back now on the bench for New South Wales. So look, I think the key for New South Wales is, look, somehow, and I know that is going to be so difficult, but they just have to put the crowd out of it. It will be so loud at Suncorp Stadium with that crowd there, and they will just have to try and put it down. It will be hard. They'll just have to try to put it out of their minds. It'll be hard for them to hear the call sometime, just with that deafening noise. You can hear it through the TV screens, definitely. I could not imagine what it is like on the field. I have been to one Origin game at Suncorp Stadium as a New South Wales fan, and yes, that atmosphere is unbelievable. The noise is deafening, so I could only imagine what it's like on the field for these players. These are the best of the best players, so I am sure that they will have a way of communicating with each other in case they can't hear each other. But look, for Queensland, I don't really like to talk about them too much because, I hate them. They are the Queenslanders. Obviously, I am a New South Wales supporter. I'm a big, passionate Blues man. I don't like to talk about the opposition too much. But, look, they go into this game as favourites. Sam Walker, it's his debut series. He has been playing some great games in this Origin series, particularly game number 2 was pretty good in game number 1, especially in that first half as well. But look, I think this is his game to lose the Wally Lewis medal. I think he will win this Wally Lewis medal as the best player in the series. Huge for him, especially being his debut series. Has just really grabbed the bull by the horns and just made every post a winner so far. His goal kicking has been exceptional. I don't think he's missed a goal kick in this series, to be honest. But his short kicking game especially New South Wales will have to be wary of that one. Cameron Munster is the captain. He just relishes these opportunities to play in front of a home crowd, and the chance to captain Queensland to another Origin Series victory. He did that last year as well. So, and especially in the decider as well. So he'll be up for that one. Harry Grant, well, we just know what he's going to bring. You just have to watch him out of dummy half, that is for sure. He can carve you up in that middle of the ruck, and if you have some tired forwards, then he will find them out and he will make a break, and then you'll have someone like Hammer up in support, like any good fullback will do. He's playing centre in this game, but he will be up supporting Harry if he makes a break. Selwyn Cobbo, he could also go close to winning the Wally Lewis medal. He has been scoring tries at will. I think he got a double. Did he get a double in game number 2? I can't remember now. I don't want to remember that being a New South Wales Blue, but he is certainly this series as well. You have found that playing at the Dolphins this year, he's sort of found a new lease of life after ending his Broncos career in not the best way, not the best fashion, but now at the the Dolphins, not the Redcliffe Dolphins, because they don't want to be called that. He has found a new lease of life on that wing, and he could very well go close to winning that Wally Lewis medal as well. I think he has lost a little bit of weight. He's gained a little bit more speed as well. He is a great aerial threat as well in the air. And I think that could be potentially why, for New South Wales, Laurie Daley has gone for Jack Bostock. We know what Mark Nawangini-Dewase is like in the air. He is a great aerial target for Mitchell Moses and Nathan Cleary, but even in defence in the air as well, we know he's pretty good. Jack Bostock, he is pretty good in the air as well, because we know that Sam Walker and Cam Munster, they have a great kicking game, and they will pinpoint when these wingers and fullbacks are out of position, and no doubt those aerial kicks, well, they're all up in the air, aren't they? Those sort of cross-field bombs, we know that they will come into play for Jojo Fafita and also Selwyn Cobbo as well, because they are great in the air. They know how to catch the ball and score tries. So I think that's why Jack Bostock has been called into this team. He's pretty good in the air as well. A little bit taller than Brian Toto. But look, wow. Making your debut for New South Wales as a 22-year-old up at Suncorp Stadium, as I said, in front of 52,500 screaming fans. Wow, what better way to do that? I think one advantage he has is the fact that he is playing on one of his home grounds. The Dolphins, they do play a lot of games out of Suncorp Stadium. Couple of big crowds they have had. Obviously, when they play the Broncos, there's a big crowd there. A couple of weeks ago against the Warriors, there was a big crowd there as well. So he has played in front of some big crowds at Suncorp Stadium before, but not like this crowd. This crowd will be amazing. So to make your Origin debut in a decider, wow! Talk about having pressure on you. He will probably try and block that out of his mind. About the pressure situation, and he will try and block this crowd out. Fortunately for him, he'll be, as I said, used to some of these big crowds. Usually they're cheering for him, being in the Queensland side, the Dolphins, but this time he is in the opposition, so they will be getting booed, that is for sure. But look, this is going to be a fantastic game. 8:05 p.m. up in Queensland. I will be watching it for sure. I think 3/4 of the country will be watching it. Definitely the Eastern Seaboard will be watching it if they're not at Lang Park, Suncorp Stadium. Also, shout out to Joel from the League of Inches, Lincoln from the United podcast, Hainsey, massive Roosters supporter, and also Retro Rugby League as well. They got themselves on Channel 9 Queensland, Channel 9 Australia news tonight actually. The Blues stream team, I think they will be also in enemy territory, or that's where they've done the last two streams from the Caxton Street Brewing Company, so no doubt they will be doing a live stream again from there, decked out in their Blues gear in enemy territory. So look guys, have a good stream, and look, I hope you are okay, especially if New South Wales lose, but it's okay. New South Wales are not going to lose. It's going to be a series victory to New South Wales. And look, if you actually look at it, New South Wales have a pretty good recent record up at Suncorp Stadium. The last time that Queensland have won at Suncorp was 2023. So New South Wales have won the last two games up there at Suncorp Stadium. Again, full houses, 52,000, nearly 52,500 there. So they have won the last two. Queensland won the two before that, and New South Wales in 2021 won 26-0. So, look, New South Wales, they don't go too bad in recent times up at Suncorp Stadium. So if they can sort of keep that record on track, some of those players that are playing in this game on Wednesday night, like Bradman Best, like Mitchell Moses, was Payne Haas. I think Payne Haas might have been there. Liam Martin, Hudson Young. They know what it's like to win a decider in Queensland. That was only a couple of years ago. So they go into this game as outsiders, but I think they can get the job done. I'm going to say they can get the job done. Defence is going to be a key, obviously, for New South Wales. They have conceded 64 points, and Queensland have only conceded 46 points in this series. So defence will be a key. Completion rates, that will be another thing as well. If New South Wales can cut out the mistakes, obviously, control the ball, hold the ball, I should say, then they will go a long way of winning this game. They have a completion rate of 77% so far in this series. Queensland are 86%. So that is something that they will need to work on. Look, they've spent the last few days in Queensland in enemy territory, so they know what the conditions are like, but they have also, I guess, soaked it all up there. But this is a massive game. This is a huge game. We say it every single year that when it comes down to a decider, then that is the biggest game. But this is a even bigger game. Now, the question I want to ask you guys, the listeners, is about Laurie Daley. If New South Wales go on to win this game and win the series, how then do you rate his coaching tenure for New South Wales? It will be 2 series that he has won. I'm not 100% sure how many series he has coached for, but look, I think that if Laurie can, or the team, New South Wales, can win this game, then a lot of heat will go off Laurie, I think, because New South Wales won the series, right? But I just really think that if they can do that, Laurie he'll always be a legend of New South Wales, right?
being a legendary player and also being a coach as well. He coached that 2014 side to victory in that series, but I think this will overtake that one if New South Wales can get the win on Wednesday night up in Queensland. All right, let's go for some predictions. And look, this will be tough to do. These are always tough. Look, I don't think there's going to be a massive point scored in this game. On average, I think, Queensland, they obviously blew out the score in game number 2. On average, they score 32 points. New South Wales 23. So, look, I don't think Queensland will be blowing it out so much on Wednesday night. I think New South Wales will win this game. I'm confident. I am tipping New South Wales. Don't go by my tipping, though. This year it has been absolutely rubbish tips. But I am a New South Welshman and I am a Blue, so I will get behind my team, and I think you should do too. Does that rhyme? I don't know. But look, get behind your side, New South Wales, and let's cheer this team to victory. They will win the game. They will win the series 2-1. The score, well, it will be 24. I'm going to say 24-22. There you go. It's going to be an absolute nail-biter of an ending in this game. I think what will happen is Queensland will be throwing everything like the kitchen sink at New South Wales late in that second half to get victory, but New South Wales will hold them out. In terms of a try scorer, look, I am going to say actually Jack Bostock will get a try on debut. We saw last game Mark Nawanganaitawase get a try on debut, so I think his winger partner will get a try on debut, Jack Bostock. I'm going to say any time. I think he'll get a try any time for New South Wales. In terms of the first try, I will say I will say Marky Mark, actually. I'll say Mark Nawanganaitawase will get the first try of the game. Jack Bostock will get a try anytime. For Queensland, look, the obvious choice would be Selwyn Cobbo getting a try, but I'm not going to go him. I like to go outsiders. I will say, I'm going to say a forward. I'm going to say Britton Nickera will get a try for Queensland. There you go. There's a bit of an outsider for you. But look, I cannot wait for this game. Let's get behind New South Wales. I know there will be Queenslanders listening. So, look, I am sorry if I'm a bit biased towards New South Wales. But, hey, that's just who I am. That's the way I am. And I will not tip Queensland at all because I am a New South Welshman. So, New South Wales will win the series. Look forward to the game on Wednesday night. Let me know for your what you're having for game dinner, what your special dinner is. I might see if I can have a pizza or something maybe for game dinner on Origin night, and get the Tui's News cold as well. Shout out to Tui's New, sponsors of the Blues. One of my favourite products to consume. Drink responsibly, obviously. I'll be having a few of those I'll be having a Tui's or two on Wednesday night. Thank you very much for listening to this game preview podcast. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you really enjoy your Origin football, which will be coming up on Wednesday night. State versus state, mate versus mate, New South Wales versus Queensland. The decider. Go the Blues.
Baytech Recruitment. Baytech Recruitment. Where we're gonna find you the perfect match. All the tradies you can think of in any industry. Look out for a wrapped up Mitsubishi. Fridge Energy, Sparkies, Bombers Plus. Whatever the trade, just give us a buzz. Paytech Recruitment.
Give us a buzz now.
So give Chris a buzz on 0414 922 272 today.